Welcome to our second episode of the Scriptorian Archives. Last episode, we learned a whole lot about the Spark, the Arkhons, the final thread, and a couple of hints to what we have to look forward to. Today, we are going to be digging deep into the Arkhons. Our POV for today is the god of knowledge himself, Aramus. So enjoy a look inside the wild mind of Aramus, the all-knowing.
How am I supposed to relay this embarrassment to father? Well, maybe something like... With utmost sincerity, I regret to inform your lordship that Varkon once again threw caution to the wind. With incredible, albeit unfortunate precision, he struck the only ship within orbit of Thalmor 4 with a formed mass containing a vicious beast. They responded quickly to help the survivors, but nearly 50 Sylphran souls were lost in the incident.
My lord, I have a request from the Arkhon Prime.
It's not very often I hear from father. Well, what does he need?
He requests that you send the summary of each of your brothers and sisters to the Overseer.
I suppose it's been some time since I updated the scripts on all that has happened. A couple of new siblings were recently inducted as well. Tell him I will be done with the utmost haste. I will dip 17 quills and begin etching immediately.
Wonderful. I will inform the Prime at once.
Where to begin? I suppose with the Prime himself. Before time, there was Omnis. He supersedes all else. Although some argue that divine forces guiding the universe are entities in their own right. And perhaps that the Dark One precedes even Omnis. But these are foolish squabbles, entertained only by the tiniest of minds. For those that know Omnis know the truth, that he came first. But I digress. Omnis was the first being tasked with guiding the universe's course. Much of the universe was empty of life, and the dear old Prime was lonely, and a bit overwhelmed. So he attempted what all beings must. He placed a piece of his power into a dying star, and birthed some of the most beautiful beings to ever exist. Chumon, the creator. Nekra, the destroyer. Eloen, the Empress of the stars. And Lethryn, the Usher of souls. Each was unique in shape and function, and each played a critical role in guiding the universe forward. Nekra was entropy embodied, and understood that preservation was a true cycle that required a beginning and an end. Chumon was unabashed creative energy. He spoke, and it was so. He filled the threads with millions of life forms, and gave Omnis great joy. Eloen was cerebral, and continued the expansion of every galaxy and universe as she saw fit. A star here, a wormhole there, a planet set gently into place. Their power was divine. Omnis had operators by his side to continue stewardship of the threads. He called his children the Arkhons. For each one birthed, his power diminished, but his impact stretched farther across the stars. Bringing them into existence was a worthy sacrifice. With the formation of new threads, and with Eloen, Chumon, and Nekra guiding their existence, his power would grow again. Then he would grant that power to another dying star and birth new lives. This time, guided by Chumon's hand. Each generation expanded the reach of the Arkhons and their prime, until eventually the Dark One awakened. Omnis's power is now diminished with the loss of many Arkhons to the Unmaking and the severing of threads. He is now a shell of the Prime who first guided the universe. But the oldest being in existence still has a few tricks up his sleeve. He does his best to guide us forward against the coming darkness, and his power would still put any Archon who rose against him to shame. With Dur'Del banished and his strength slowly growing, perhaps a second thread and a new hope will yet be formed. Apologies for getting wordy there, Father. It is simply what happens when I begin to speak about you. Chumon has perished, but still lives on in the power of the spark he granted the beings of Kinspian. It was diluted and lacked the surge of a dying star to carry his sacrifice. But the second most powerful being, my brother, and the best Archon I have ever had the pleasure of knowing, was still able to unwind the entirety of the Unmaking, save my life, and preserve all of existence from the shadows. And although he has passed, he deserves to be mentioned here. Eloen lives on. Her task is to expand the galaxies and ensure the planets do not collide. Soon, she will be tasked with starting the second thread. For now, she patrols the cosmos and puts things where they should be. She was happy to see the birth of the Shardlings when Chumon sacrificed himself, for they were the first and last beings her beloved brother made in her image. He once told her no being could replicate her beauty. The beings of Kinspian worship her as the goddess of fate, fortune, prophecy, dreams, stars, and more. Her worshippers believe she speaks through the constellations, and they study them intensely. Oh, I nearly forgot my dearly beloved sister Lethryn. She sits on the other side of the veil and is rarely seen or spoken to, so it is easy to forget her importance in this little universe of ours. But hers is one of the most metaphysical roles within the Arkhons, for she is the Usher to the beyond. She guides spirits through the veil and into the cosmic rivers below. This interspace is where souls find peaceful respite after a life well lived, or where the strong are forged even stronger and sent back to guide the next generation of warriors, kings, and miscreants. Only when their life's work is complete will they finally be allowed to rest. Lethryn's duty is to bring souls there and help them find rest, or strengthen their resolve so they might make the journey back. She is quiet and often alone, but she has always fulfilled her role better than any soul could ask, and has earned a great deal of reverence from the various societies of Kinspian.
Next week, we will dig into the second and third generations of Arkhons, so make sure you hit that bell or whatever you need to do to see it. And remember, Ascension Quest is a big, ambitious project, a living world TTRPG built by a small but mighty team of 4 dudes. If AQ interests you, you can visit rocketswordgames.com to learn more about this incredible world and the game we are hoping to bring to life. Until next time, peace.